I'm not the smartest individual out there, but I have a full understanding of how the whole planet's going right now with the coronavirus. Should really just slap a water pipe system over the border wall, and irrigate it into like indoor farms. Sounds pretty logical, because then we can have more medicine and food through hydroponics. And along with that, both sides can benefit from it. And then hopefully we can clean the Gulf of Mexico with that too. The oil spill really did a number. Just filter everything. Trump can have his wall. And I don't mean to be rude in any manner, and then everybody can have the medicine and food that they need. We can have an abundance of it going in the desert and indoor, what's it called? Farmhouses, hydroponics. Other than that would have to go on for about 4 years. This is astrophysical law pushing a lot of pressure onto us right now. If you look at the constellations, so I'm just thinking off in space, recording everything. This is one of those late nights. I think it's 3 in the morning. I don't know. There's a lot of work that's needed to happen. But we can have robotics and we can have people working on the hydroponics, so that'd help a lot. Other than that, 4 years from now, when that's going good, maybe 3 years from now, we can possibly have hover cars. The pressure ratio of the hover cars, the aerodynamics of it, could help the plants be pushed a little further and fertilize everything. It's like cooking food, except with a little help from your own vehicle. Recycle the fluids, get a liquid fluid in it, and it wouldn't be too bad. It'd be pretty quick. You can get the liquid fluid back to the people. So CO2 emissions, capture that and make a fluid into it. But in a car, it seems a little sketchy. I don't know that much of mechanics and how that works. I know I saw a video on it though. Making a gas into a liquid and then selling it. I'm just spitting ideas right now, drinking coffee. What is this, cinnamon and orange? I mean tea. Sorry, I had coffee earlier. I've been homeless for about 3 years. I just came out of the hospital, taking new meds, helped me think more clearly. Trying to get into college so I can learn agriculture and become an electrical engineer so I can work on prosthetic limbs. Not just for myself, but for others. Money's cool and all, but it's the fact that you can do work and you can help benefit more lives. I'm like in my early 20s. I've never really introduced myself, but my name is Sean. Guess it doesn't really matter. I'm new to the scene. There's a lot of work to do in this world. And if we do this garden, it's probably possible to prolong human life to live up to 120s. After gardening and electrical engineering and prosthetic limbs, I'll probably come across some form of genetics to help prolong human life, if possible, which is a hard thing to do. I just remember studying it a long time ago. It's just simple chemistry. So complex understanding human DNA, though. It's a long shot. And I mean a long shot. I gotta study on that. That can probably be 6 years, 7 years from now. Music in the meanwhile. to get more money on the side and help people enjoy themselves. People like that type of stuff. I need some connections, and I also need to get a lot of work done. I'm just a kid. Jeez. I don't know, but I hope everything's going good for everybody with this whole isolation and COVID virus. Pretty sad. See reports like that all over the news. Not knowing if it's affecting you or your family members because you're away from them, or even if you're near them and you have friends from a distance and you don't know. You never know. Recently, getting into fights with my family, which is I'm pretty sure isn't good. So, I just started taking meds, and it helps me feel more emotions. So, yeah. Other than that, it's like I'm just cold. Which is pretty sad to say. Saffron is really good for the eyes. Expensive, but really good. It goes good with any type of tea. It's bitter, just quoting that. But it's really healthy. Other than that, I don't know what to say. Just those few ideas. If I can build a city somewhere in the United States based off of aerodynamic law to help progress the city, it'd probably be I don't know what's above Colorado, but in that the mountains right there. You'd have to measure out the mountains, the heights of the mountains, every city around the world, and figure out like this complex algorithm and how everything works off a dynamic law. Because right now we're overheating ourselves. It's also the new industrial age, so think of it like the 60s and 70s. This video is pretty long and I'm just rattling on. So in the 60s and 70s, they went to space and everybody did drugs because the chemical disposition coming from the atmosphere was affecting them. And now they went to space and, well, we have this. We need to balance the chemistry distribution so we can progress our society. And it's pretty urgent for those hydroponics. I was hoping someone does something about it all. Come across this video and starts working, gets word around. I'd be in charge of it. I can do the algebra. There's a natural current plants work by. Not too hard to understand. Just algebra. Algorithms, algebra, and rhythms. So they go hand in hand. Like music. Other than that, cheers. And please have a blessed life for, well, all of you. And I pray that I get my life together because I have to do a lot of work. Especially college. Because I need documents and patent labels.